hello everyone. Today we'll be solving, this is May, June 2017, P3. So we'll be solving the Excel part from here. So Tawara Web uses a spreadsheet to record the hours worked each week, okay, and calculate each employee's pay. All currency values are in dollars with 2 decimal places. Use the most efficient methods to create the spreadsheet. Open and examine the files. So let me first get the files. So here we go. We're supposed to get this file. Let me just copy it somewhere else. Make sure that you always save your files in a particular folder, in one folder. Okay, that's something really important. So here we go. One is this Excel file, right? And the other one is this one. So these are two files. Okay, so let's see what the question is now. Okay, 1731 employee.csv. Sorry, this is not the one. This is not the one. Oh, hold on. Sorry, that was the other variant. Okay, I'll just click here and I'll arrange all the data in proper way. Okay, save the file as a spreadsheet with the file name this, with your name and candidate number. So you're just supposed to save it as, okay, just one second. I'll file, save as, browse, and save it with Excel workbook. Okay, and in the same folder. So this is 31. So save it as Excel workbook. Done. Okay. So place your name, and candidate number in the header. Obviously, you're supposed to come to File, Print, and Page Setup. Come to the header, and you place your information over here, right? Okay. Enter your name. I'll just enter this, and enter the rest of the details over here. Obviously, you can enter over here is details such as the page number, okay, and the number of pages, the date, the time, the file path, so on and so forth. Okay, so I would advise you to once explore all this, so you should know what all this is. You should also know that in the sheet you can make the grid lines available. You can also make the rows and heading also available. If you want rows by the rows and heading, what I mean is, if I make this available, you will obviously see the rows and headings, right? In case if you want it, right? So on the left, right. So we have the information. Point number 11, merge cells A1 to G1. So A1 to G1 needs to be, can I just place this somewhere else? Oh, just one second. A1 to G1 needs to be merged. Okay. And format this merge cell so that the text is center aligned with white 24 sans serif font. So it needs to be white 24, and we need to use is a sans serif. So we could probably use is Arial is a very good sans serif for that particular purpose. Okay, it has a dark green background color, so the color of the background needs to be dark green in case if one is not a color blind. Okay, because I do have problem in colors, that's why I'm saying so. Yeah, I hope this is dark green. No, is that's dark green? No, that's dark green. Okay, I hope so. Okay. Right. Point number 12, use cells A5 to B14 to name the range as JC. Okay. So either naming the range or making it absolute is quite the same thing. So A5 to B14. So I'll come to A5 to B14. Right click, I'll go to define name, and let's name it as JC and press OK. Right? There we go. In cell D18, enter a function to look up for the job description for this employee. So in J18, so D18, sorry. In D18, okay, D18, right, so over here. Okay, so we need to find the job description for this employee, right? So all we have to do is we'll use is equals to VLOOKUP. So that's our lookup value. So by looking at the job code, we need is a job description. So I look at the code, comma, that's my array, which was supposed to be this one, JC, comma 2 because I want to get the data from the second column of JC, and comma 0 because I would like to get is the exact match. You could type 0, you could type false. Okay, so click over here. When you get the black arrow, you just double click and replicate. You will always double click into columns to make everything adjusted. Always try to see is if all the data is appearing according to the way it should be appearing. Okay, so next what we have is take a screenshot of evidence of the creation of this name range. Done that. Okay, not done that, but obviously when you name it, you take a screenshot of that. In cell D18, enter function the lookup done. In cell G18, okay, over here, we have over here is which one? G18. So here, G18 over here. Enter formula to calculate the pay for this employee. This will look up the rate of pay from the pay rate table and multiply it by the number of hours worked. Okay, so what we need to do is by looking at the pay code, we will find the pay rate. So first, let's do that. So by looking at the pay code, find the pay rate. So all we do is equals to VLOOKUP. Okay, and that's my lookup value, comma. That's my array. Obviously, I need to make it static. So we need to press F4. That's a big problem. My key probably, oh, good, lucky it worked. Sometimes something's wrong with my key. In laptop, you have to press F and F4. Just remember that. In normal PC, you just need to press F4. Okay, so comma 2 because I want to get the data from the second column of this range. This is 1, this is 2. I'm talking about the range 1, 2. I hope you know this now. Comma 2 and comma 0 and press enter. So I get that. Is this the answer? No, this is not the answer because we need to do is we'll multiply it by the number of hours worked as well. So what we'll do is we'll simply multiply this. So here we go. We'll multiply this. Okay. So no problem. Depend on this for a while. So here we go. Shift this, and we need to multiply this by. We need to multiply this the number of hours worked. And you press enter, and you replicate this, and you get the right answer. Okay. Next, replicate done. In cell F60, enter function to calculate the average number of hours worked by the employee. So F60. Okay. So obviously for that basic function, the average. So get the average and select the range. And done. The nearest whole number. The nearest whole number, obviously we can use is int for that. All right, use int. There we go. Right. Then in cells G61, enter a function to calculate the total weekly wage. So obviously we need to use sum. Pretty easy. So sum, and you select this. Enter. Save the save and print the style sheet showing the formula. Make sure it's in landscape, single wide, column heading visible. I just did that, or luckily I did that, and the contents are fully visible. Okay, so obviously you have to press Control tilde. Okay, click over here, double click into the columns, and you need to print this. Okay, make sure you double click between the columns and everything is visible. I'm telling you, you have to make sure that it's not like this. It's like this, your marks will be deducted. it should be visible. Whatever you get. So these are the values. Click on the extreme left top corner and click between the columns. Control tilde with the formulas. Click between the columns. So everything is just right. Okay. And with this, hide rows 3 to 15. 3 to 15 inclusive. So 3 to 15. So you need to select here, over here, okay? So 3 to 15. So I'll select from 3 to 15 again. And while I'm over here, I'll simply say, just hide this, right? Okay, hide rows 60 and 61. So 60 and 61, the same manner needs to be hidden. Done that? Extract only the employees with a job description includes developer and who work more or less than their contract hours. Okay, so I'll press Control tilde because I want the values, and I will just double click in the columns. So I'll click on 17. I'll click on 17, and I'll just make the filter available. And I need to find out which job description includes developer. So here I'll come. Text filter, and I'll say that contains developer. So I get the developers, right? And who work more or less than their contracted hours. Okay, so we need to see over here is that these are the hours worked, okay, who work more or less than their contracted hours. So you can see over here that these are the hours. So how can do that? Well, so what we can do over here is there are two ways. One is very convenient way. So I could create a new field and I could display if this is greater than this. So I could simply say is equals to if this is greater than is greater than or equal to this, comma. I could just type over here. I mean, I don't know. I just type yes. Is. I'll just type multiple of these so that. So if the statement is true, it will say yes. If the statement is not true, it will say no. So here we go. Yes, yes, and no. So I could say is here. Now all we need to do is why is this not visible? Oops. What was it? It was developer who worked more or less than contract hours. So yes, so I'll just need is the yes. I don't need to know. Okay. So see more. Okay. So here I have is who work more or less than. Oh, sorry, more or less than the contracted hours. So this will be, this is 1 second, yes, fine. So this is greater than this. I can use or. If this is greater than, comma, or this is less than the contracted hours. Just replicate this. Right. So now again, here we go. Contains. Didn't I do that before? Oh yeah, it has developer. Let's just check. So we have is same. Yes, because it's greater. Yes, yeah, it's working. So all I need to do is I just need to know. So I get these, right? Okay, what else do I have? What else do I have? Right, we just have to now print it out, and that's it. Okay.